Commissioner of the TRSBA, Tim Wilshire, Movember here. And I wanted to do a recap because I'm a bit pissed about how some of the players are playing as we are in the TRSBA. So I thought I'd get that off my chest. 10 games into the season. So without any further ado, let's have a look at it. Let's see what's been happening in the TRSBA and the NBA generally. This could go for 20, 25 minutes, half an hour. We'll see how we go. Okay. TRSBA Mumblings, 10 games in. So pretty much 10 games in. So I thought I'd do one before the weekend. Let's have a look at the top 32 players in the TRSBA currently. Obviously, no surprise that the Joker is the best, 50.5 fantasy points a game. Joel Embiid, 48.09, doing very well. It's not a surprise that Luka's up there, or Shea. Shea's being very good, nearly scoring 30 points a game. I like the 6.9 and 6, 2.7 steals. Look at that. Probably one of the league leaders in steals. And we've only had 3 games from Devin Booker, so very small sample size. We'll get to Halliburton, but that's impressive. Giannis, it's expected he does that. Tatum, he does that. Maxey, talk about him later, but impressive. Durant, expected, but probably better than expected. AD, that's about what we expect there. De'Aaron Fox, I didn't even notice that. That's quite impressive, and he's played just the 5 games, though. Mitchell, he's been really, really good. Sabonis, LeBron, it's amazing that he's up there too, top 15. Bam, Scotty Barnes, talk about him. Curry, that's about right. He's getting older. He's going to miss some games. Ant Edwards, I definitely expect him in the top 20. Trae Young, expect him in the top 20. Desmond Bain, I expect him to be up there as well, and he is. Laurie, yes. LaMelo, yes. Paul George, he's the way ranked at the highest of all the Clippers at the moment. CJ, before he got injured, was doing well. Irving, he's missed a couple of games, but starting to slow down a bit. Cam Thomas, we'll talk about him, but he has been amazing until he got injured. Sengun, 3rd year, I think, doing very well. Randall, probably could even do better than that. Lillard, bit of a drop-off. Murray and Kuzma. So he's playing shit. Look at this payday here. This guy here is fucking giving me the shits. Because, anyway, we'll talk about him, but Zion, he's ranked 38th, and he should be really a top 20 player, I think. So I think he should be getting about 7 more fantasy points a game than 30. Kawhi, 43rd in the league, and Jimmy Butler, 44th. These guys are usually top 20 players. But Jordan Poole, 107th with 21.27. We predicted 33 fantasy points a game. There's a 12 FP difference at the moment. It's a concern for us. Big concern, considering everything else is not far off the mark. This is a long way off the mark. Taking a lot less shots than he did in Golden State, scoring less points a game, playing less minutes than he did in Golden State. These things are all surprising, and it probably goes to show you that he hasn't got into their system yet. Whether that happens or not, it's certainly a concern. Garland down to 86, that'd be a concern too, because he's a lot better than that. He's a top 50 player. James Harden, number 95, but he's only played 5 games. But that's pretty awful performances from him. The MVP, OG Anunoby, I don't know if you knew that, but he is 97th. Giddey, he's another one that's been struggling. So these are the guys that have been playing really bad, some hot players. There's 2 guys in the top 10 there that some may not have expected to be in the top 10, certainly not Maxey, but Halliburton's 6th, 41.1. I expected him to be mid-30s, probably about 20th, so he's come up a lot. Maxey, yeah, that's impressive. We thought he'd get about 36, but this is really good. Barnes has been fantastic, Scotty. Cam Thomas, wow, 27th, really? Sengun, 28th, that's impressive. Gordon Hayward rolling back the hands of time, 53rd in the league. LeVert, 57th. One of the biggest surprises to me is Asar Thompson is exactly the same as what Chet's doing, 62nd. And that's really impressive for a rookie to be that high. would love to see his brother come back because twin brothers, you think they'd be as good as each other. A star with obviously in a position where he can play the 3, play the 4 for Detroit. He's got those hops that and the rebounding that he can play a 4, I think. So when if Bojan comes back, he goes to the 3, Osar to the 4 maybe, or the other way around. They could play them both in the front court. Brogdon 63rd, that'll be very happy for Dan if he's still got him. The standings, and we'll probably go through 10 of these teams in detail. So, sorry to 6 of these teams. We'll probably go through them in a bit more detail on the next podcast, but we're going to cover 10 of the 16 teams in a bit of detail here today. The Boars and the Barbs, we're going to start there. They're both 8-1. Both very impressive, probably 9-1 by now each. They're on top. The Predators, who made the finals last year, are fairly good at second there. They've beaten the Jags twice. The Cows have also beaten the Jags twice, and the Jags are 5-5 with 2 wins over the line. So it's been tough to start off with for the Jags. A good win over the OCDDs, but yeah. The Nerds, now, I could put a big circle around this. The Hounds are not even 178, but they've won 2 more games than the Nerds over 200. So it's just the luck of the draw. Dan has had a rough luck of the draw to start off with. Probably compared to the Hounds have had a really luck of the draw there. The Lions have not had a win. That's certainly probably on Tank Street. The Butchers are 1-8. Okay, on the West, more impressive squad of averages. Everyone over 190, which is good. I like that. That's very impressive. No one. Barbarians 243, Tigers 226.8, and second the Pens 224.6. So both those teams are very impressive. As are the Saints are up there. They're in the mix. Dennis decided to get his hand out of his ass, and they are in the mix. The Dubs have been unlucky. They just had where they are. Should be a 5-4 team or a 6-3 team. With that sort of average, they would be 7-2 in the East. Hurricanes, that's impressive with Victor Wembanyama. We won't look at them this time, but Victor, Chet have been okay, but expect what they're expected. Not top 20 players, but making their way through. Snipers also starting to win a couple of games. The Flyers are a 2-man team. We won't look at them, but we just had a look at it. It's just Jokic and LeBron, and that's it. There's just nobody else on that team. But that game there's that impressive game between the 2 best teams. You had Maxey doing a career high. Jaden Hardy somehow got in the mix. I don't know how. But Curry will be out going forward, so that's a concern. Lillard was out here, but they still got the job done with Lillard out. If we have a look at Bam has been really good, really good. Siakam underperforming a bit. Tatum, as expected, really. Curry, as expected. Maxey, killing it. Levert, what the hell? How come he's playing so well? Because he didn't play this well last year, or the year before. So he's off to a hot start. Won't continue, but it's worth noting how good it is at the moment. The Wild Boars. So yeah, Durant is great, no doubt about it. Edwards is great. They've traded Ayton for DeJounte Murray. That was basically the deal. And I don't mind it because Murray's playing okay at the moment. LaMelo Ball, he's solid. Derek White, he's the bench player. Same with Westbrook. He's a benchies. Capella benchy. I don't know if he's still there. Chris Paul is also on the bench, maybe even deeper than that. If we go to Dan's team, because he wanted to, so let's have a look and see how these guys are going. Vooch, I think, has been playing okay. 31.4. I didn't expect him to be quite that good. We expected a drop off from DeRozan. He is getting older, so this is about right. Hawaii, definitely underperforming. He should be a bit better than this. Harden, we know his story. Brogdon starting, impressed. Klay Thompson, Shizen, really bad. Like Poole was bad. This guy's even worse. Draymond Green, that sleeper hold that Brutus the Barber, sleeper hold on Rudy Gobert, 5 games, gone, bang. Gordon Hayward now, look at that, Dan. I'm impressed, very impressed. But now that that Bridges, that dickhead is back, I can't see that Gordon Hayward's going to continue getting 28. Ben Simmons is injured again. Shock horror. Zubac, can't expect much more on this Clipper team of all those players. Marvin Bagley, yeah. Saric, I think he had a good game recently, and I think he will play the next week or so. Dan should throw this guy into the 9 because he's better than Zubac at the moment, that's for sure. But, much of a muchness. But, yeah, 2 and 7. Cows are above us, and this is, we didn't expect this, but especially with what we see here. I mean, Randall, certainly not playing better than we expected, nor is Jaron Jackson. He's playing about what we expected. Jeremy Grant, about what we expected. Jaylen Brown, about what we expected. D'Angelo Russell. Now, he's the one that surprised me because when I think he went to the Lakers at the end of last year, it just looked like he was tailing off. So this is good. Chet not starting. Having Chet makes a huge difference on this team. 27 fantasy points a game. He's only 21 years of age. He's impressive, that guy. Cam Johnson is back now, so he'll start to roll. Cam Thomas, well, that's the reason of shit. That's where Cam Thomas, that's why JB is doing so well. This guy's been killing it, better than Jeremy Grant. And then after that, there's, Mitchell Robinson and whatever else. Tari Eason yet to be unleashed. Chicago, let's have a look at these guys. Embiid, very impressive to start off with. Banchero, about where you expect, but I hope to be over 30. George is good. Beal, we expected a massive drop-off. That's what we're seeing. Levine, about 28. That's about right. Nurkic is good. Lopez, now he's going back to how he was 2 years ago. He's been absolutely shizen compared to what he was last year. Alec Burks has been okay. And there's not much else to say to report there. They signed Reggie Jackson, and I probably should have got him, but anyway. Hef. Yeah, we spoke about this team a bit. Miles Turner, we're impressed with him. Edwards. We've already sort of covered that team. Emmanuel Quickly, Kobe White. Yeah, we have covered it quite well. Jared Allen has been a bit of a disappointment, so I can't really see. I think he can turn things around, but we'll see. Porzingis, yeah, hopefully he was going to get 30 fantasy points a game, so he's not far off where he was. We're very impressed with, happy either way. Toby Harris has picked up the slack here a bit. Kuzma's playing how I expected this year. Jalen Williams, I think he's going to continue getting better. Expect that to be around 25, 26 as this season goes on. Jordan Poole, we've spoken about him. He's been horrid. Michael Porter, free agent signing, 26 fantasy points. He was say yes to that. Duran and Williams, as we expected, around that 25, 26 mark is what we're expecting for these two guys. They are good centers, very good shot blockers. Yeah, both very impressive. JV, yeah, slightly okay. Very unhappy about the CJ McCollum injury. Hopefully he'll come back soon. Marcus Smart also injured just after we got him. So what can you do? Noah Men Thompson hasn't played yet either. So a few injuries. Bam. So we're going over to the Barbarians. We've spoken about this. Look at Bam, though, 37.3 fantasy points a game. It's been impressive. We said Levert, how impressive he's been. Simons has been out injured after one game. Nazareth Reed is in the rotation, as is Tillman. Both journeymen, in my opinion. Power is as well. Let's haven't really spoken about the team here, the LA Pens, 3 championship team. Sengun has been really, really good. Laurie Markkinen expectedly good. Booker, now that he's back. Killam, Desmond Bain, really, really good. Bronson, fantastic. And Cade doesn't have to start. That's how good this team is. 28.3 off the bench. OG, disappointing. Avdia has been solid. Bogdan, about what you expect. Isaiah Stewart, Shizen, Bruce Brown, not really worth much. On to the Tigers, who are playing well. I think they were second. Sabonis, really, really good. Scotty Barnes, way paying above his pay grade. But Halliburton is, Fox is, those 4 guys, bang, 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 just exceptional. Barrett, the odd man out there, but he's not so bad. Shaded Sharp coming up there. He's been really good, 26.6 second year in the league. Carter's been a disappointment, but been injured. Sar Thompson, oh, my God, this guy's playing well. 27 fantasy points a game. Ooh. So that top 8 players or 7 or 8 players is really, really gonna. I think they're gonna really cause some problems, even for the Barbarians. I think if these guys are all healthy, Barrett not recently. So Dennis, yeah. So they've got Mobley at center. That's fine. Zion, we spoke about him. Shea, excellent hero. Expected that he was going to be very good this year. About 30 fantasy points is above that. Trae Young, about where we expect. No Ja Morant yet. He'll come back around Christmas. Vassell, Jalen Johnson. It's been a good signing, I think, to get him. Roughly playing what Aiton, doing what Aiton's doing, so that's good. Maverin, yeah, but there's not much after that. They'll be happy. The double is probably not so happy. Holiday's definitely sizably gone down. Gobert is good. Davis has been fantastic. Wagner, they were hoping that he'd be above sort of Banchero, but he's got a little bit under him. Luca, we know, is a fantastic. Bench is shite, I think. I think they're really nothing's picked up there. Jakob Pertles had a down year, so was Herter. Waters is about what you expect. Herbert Jones has been out a bit, but yeah, nothing too great there. Buddy Hield has been a disappointment. He's just really a journeyman now at 30. He's already 30. Naismith, yeah. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So that's been my rumblings. Just let me know if there's anything else you wanted to talk about there. What you think of the moustache? It's pretty impressive stuff. Just done share that there. Yeah. Hope you like that. We'll upload that. Thank you. Have a good one.